Olivia Rodrigo, Driving Home to You, is the newest Disney Plus original film from Disney branded television, and this is directed by Stacey Lee and stars Olivia Rodrigo. This is her documentary about her taking a familiar road trip from Salt Lake City, where she began writing her album Sour, to Los Angeles. Along the way, Olivia Rodrigo recounts the memories of writing and creating her record-breaking debut album. When it comes to this little documentary, I was interested to see how this would turn out. I am a fan of Olivia Rodrigo. I do first remember seeing her in one of the American Girl movies where she went to Paris. And from then on, I know she did Bizarre Vark, which is the other Disney Channel show she did with Jenna Ortega before they both blew up now. And she's done High School Musical, the series, which I haven't watched, but I have listened to the soundtrack with her in it. And her debut album was actually really good. And she is one of the biggest rising musicians and one of the biggest rising actresses we have right now. So when it comes to this, I was actually pretty interested to see how this would turn out. And with that being said, I'd say this is actually a pretty solid documentary. This is a very nice documentary that I think is very well done. And it's very personal for a lot of reasons. One, because you are following Olivia Rodrigo and her journey to becoming a new big singer. And you find out a lot of things about her debut album and what's going on here. So I definitely do appreciate what this was going for. It was very short, so it got straight to the point. It knew exactly what it was going for. I do very much love the behind the scenes look at each song Olivia writes and the inspiration and creative process behind it. There is some substance about how far she's come since writing, and also darker places that she was in writing it, which I thought was actually pretty good. And I do feel like this tried to be a little bit more than just a highlight reel, and I like a lot of the remixes here, like Jealousy Jealousy as a rock song. And you could say it's predicated on how much you enjoy Olivia Rodrigo at play, and I do a lot. And the success Olivia Rodrigo is having so far as an artist, but also as an actress, we are basically seeing the rise of a new singer-actress, and she is great. And honestly, I gotta say, her Olivia Rodrigo's album Sour, if you guys have not listened to that, I definitely recommend listening to that. That's gonna be a music talk coming soon. But Olivia Rodrigo, she's great. You get to see the struggles and the biggest revelations, like the opening track of the album, Brutal, was one of the last minute additions, which I actually very much like. And you do get to know about talents ranging from the pressures of being a child star to the breakup, and to inspire her to write many of her songs. And yes, Brutal was the last minute decision on her album, which I thought was actually pretty good. And I very much enjoy. And also, she was hesitant to release Deja Vu first. We also get to know that single, which is basically about relationships being recycled. I could say from a directing standpoint, I thought is very well done. I very much loved it played out. You get to find out a lot about her struggles and how she basically created a lot of her well-loved songs so far. Especially Driver's License, I thought that was the interesting part. That was actually really interesting. And she has won a lot of acclaim for it, and the acclaim is worth it. Now, you do, of course, it does have some little issues when it comes to this little documentary. Like, it is more of a surface level thing, but it still feels like you're actually enjoying a lot of what's going on there. It is part concert movie, part documentary, and you get to hear some of the other songs. And the song that they have at the end of it, I thought was actually very, very good. But Olivia Rodrigo, little Disney Plus, and the fact that Disney Plus actually released this, even though her album, there are some songs where it does have profanity in it. The fact that Disney Plus actually allowed her to have the documentary, I think is actually very surprising and very ambitious on it. It's just showing how more ambitious you really can become. Disney can become if you just not listen to what naysayers have to say. So, at the end of the day, I definitely do recommend watching this. This is a very good documentary. It does depend on how much you like the person who does these music. So I will say this now: if you are a fan of Olivia Rodrigo, I would recommend seeing this. But if you're not a fan of Olivia Rodrigo, this will determine how much of a fan you are. I know this is a documentary, so this is a very short review, so I would recommend it. It is just part concert, part documentary, and I think you'll enjoy it. So I will say this is an Epictastic documentary. So those are my thoughts on Olivia Rodrigo, Driving Home to You. In the comment section down below, did you like this? Did you hate it? Or are you somewhere right in the middle? All my social media links, discussion box down below. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to get notified when newest videos are up. And be sure to share this video on your social media, because it does help with the algorithm and it does help this channel grow, especially since we're so close to 2,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Join the Epictasticness, stay Epictastic, and you guys keep it cool. Bye bye.